Mom, it's touchscreen. For BSU TV, I am Micaiah Smith, and we're here at the ribbon-cutting ceremony for the Center of Natural Sciences, Mathematics, and Nursing.
Moving. All right. All right, you go do a count. 3, 2, 1. Yay!
This is our report.
Hello, Micaiah Smith. It's a pleasure. Governor Hogan, how does it feel to be here at this historical event today?
Well, I'm very excited to be here. You know, I just a couple of years ago when I was first elected, I came and did a tour and we looked at the site and we talked about what could happen here. And the president of the university convinced me that this was a worthwhile investment and we put the money in, and to see it actually happen and be open today, it's quite an achievement. It really is. I'm excited to be here and happy for Bowie State University and for the state of Maryland. It's a tremendous asset.
Thank you so much, Governor.
Thank you.
And on behalf of President Mickey Burnham and our entire Bowie State University community, it is my honor to welcome you to the ribbon cutting and grand opening of the Center for Natural Sciences, Mathematics, and Nursing. We are thrilled that you have come out to celebrate this special day with us. My task this morning is to keep our short program moving so that we can all see what this extraordinary building looks like on the inside. I'd like to begin by introducing some of our special guests. To my right, we are, of course, honored to have with us Governor Larry Hogan. We have our senator from the 23rd Legislative District, Senator Doug Peters. From the firm Perkins and Will, the principal architect, Paul Harney. And we have the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Georgia Kwon, who you'll hear from. In our audience, the First Lady for Bowie State University is here, Ms. Lavera Levels Burnham. We're honored to have with us the Chairman of the University System of Maryland Board of Regents, Mr. Jim Brady. Seated next to him is the USM Chancellor, Bob Corrett. From the Maryland General Assembly, BSU alumna extraordinaire, Senator Joanne Benson. We have the Speaker Pro Tem of the House of Delegates, our friend, Delegate Adrian Jones. BSU alumna, Delegate Carolyn J.B. Howard. I believe our faculty member, Delegate Barry Ciliberti, is here. Edith Perry is representing Delegate Jocelyn Pena-Melnick, and Darrell Miller is representing Delegate Gerald Barnes. We have with us the Secretary of Higher Education for the state of Maryland, Dr. Jim Fielder. Thank you for being here. From Prince George's County, the Council Vice Chair, Danielle Glaros, was going to be with us. Thank you. And Rita Lassiter is representing the Council Chair, Derek Leon Davis. Todd Turner, our representative from District 4. Thank you, Todd, for being here. We had members of our congressional delegation also represented today. Ryan Middleton was representing Senator Ben Cardin. Yvette Lewis, representing Senator Chris Van Hollen. Ashley Sharp from Congressman Anthony Brown's office. From the System Office, we're honored to have with us Vice Chancellors Joe Vivona and Patrick Hogan. The former Secretary of the Department of Budget and Management, Eloise Foster, has joined us. We also have many members of the Bowie State University National Alumni Association. We have alumni, faculty, staff, many friends. We thank you all for being here. We're just delighted to share this day with you. I don't normally wear shades, but they're prescription. There is a lot of excitement on the campus today. Oh, I'm sorry. Delegate Ramirez, I'm so sorry. Thank you for being with us. And they just told me, and I forgot that quickly. Thank you so much. There is so much excitement on the campus today, as you might expect when you open a new building. This is a pretty big deal. The excitement among the faculty, the staff, and the students has been building for months. but I feel very comfortable in saying that no one could be more excited today than the president of Bowie State University, Dr. Mickey Burnham. As he comes forward now to share some remarks, please join me in welcoming President Burnham.
Good morning, all. Good morning. Governor Hogan, Senator Doug Peters, Senator Benson, other members of the Maryland Senate, Delegates Jones, and haven't seen Delegate Proctor yet, but we're expecting her. Other delegates who are present today, Chairman Brady, Chancellor Corrett, all of our distinguished guests who are with us today. Welcome to Bowie State University and what is truly a very special day in the history of this university. Quite honestly, it's a day that I've been hoping and praying would come before the end of my tenure here at Bowie State University. When I began as president in 2006, we were completing the construction of a new Center for Business and Graduate Studies, and in the midst of planning for a new Fine and Performing Arts Center. Both of those are now wonderful buildings and facilities on our campus that have been great additions to our campus infrastructure. In going through that first academic year, examining our programmatic needs for the campus, and preparing to meet with the Board of Regents Committee and to go into the budget process for the next year, we looked very critically at what our capital facilities needs were for the future for the university. And it didn't take long for us to realize that we needed a wonderful state-of-the-art facility to complement our degree programs in the STEM disciplines. All across this land, people were paying particular attention to what was happening in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, because those disciplines were at the heart of innovation, and innovation was the key for our nation to move back to its place of leadership with respect to competitiveness across this world. And it was important that Bowie State University be in a strong position to prepare its students for that world. So it was very clear that a building that had been constructed in the 1950s, when the enrollment at the university was around 2,000, simply was not adequate for a university of the 21st century that enjoyed an enrollment of well over 5,000 students. And so I set out to begin the process of educating and advocating for this new science facility. We broke ground 2 years ago, and nearly every day as I walked past the library to see this building and the construction that was taking place, we looked with great anticipation for what the future would hold. And it truly is a magnificent, first-rate facility. It will feature flexible classrooms and labs for collaboration and active learning. It will feature a state-of-the-art nursing simulation space, fully enclosed greenhouse, and many other distinctive features that support our teaching and research efforts. I'm especially pleased that this facility will support the seamless transition from classroom to workforce for so many of our students who are pursuing careers in the sciences, including nursing, which is a critical workforce area for the state. The state-of-the-art equipment is much like what our students will use when they actually go to work at area hospitals or laboratories. This space will transform the campus environment and help position Bowie State University as an even stronger leader in STEM education. Planning and construction for a project of this magnitude takes many years. I'm grateful to Governor Hogan, along with former Governor O'Malley, for supporting this project by including its funding in the state budget. I also want to thank Secretary Brinkley and former Secretary Eloise Foster from the Department of Budget and Management. We owe many thanks to the members of the General Assembly. We know it is one thing for the governor to put money in the budget, but the legislature has to agree to keep it there. And so we thank you, Senator Doug Peters, Speaker Pro Tem Delegate Adrian Jones, both of whom sit on important budget committees in the legislature. We thank you both for being here today and for your support of this project. We're thankful to BSU alumni, Senator Joanne Benson and Delegate Susie Proctor, two strong advocates for their alma mater. The late Delegate Jim Proctor, who attended the groundbreaking some 2 years ago, as he talked about it, reflected on his years as a student in the old Crawford building just across the way there. Delegate Proctor was overcome with emotion at the thought of this new facility coming to fruition. And I'm so happy that Delegate Susie Proctor, has she arrived yet? She has not arrived, but we're so happy for her support of this effort. Delegate Jones, who also spoke at the groundbreaking and made one request of me, that the project be delivered on time and on budget. I promised that it would be, and indeed it is on time and on budget, so thank you very much. I must also thank the team at Clark Construction, Ryan Knox, Jeff Varnesdahl, and Brandon Ship, along with Paul Harney and Renee Rodriguez from Perkins and Will Architects for a job well done. I also want to thank Wei-Ling Chang, Project Manager, and Enrique Salvador, Associate Director from the University of Maryland Service Center, who helped to oversee this project. And from my own outstanding team, led by our Chief Financial and Fiscal Officer, Dr. Carl Brockenbrow, including his staff, Mr. Darrell Williford, Facilities Director, Mr. John Hammond, Senior Project Manager. Our faculty, yes, thank you. Our faculty were also actively engaged in the planning process, and I want to recognize in particular Dr. Alan Anderson, who is the chair of the Department of Natural Sciences. Dr. Rena Boss Victoria, chair of the Department of Nursing. And Dr. Nelson Petulante, chair of the Mathematics Department. I also want to recognize former Natural Sciences Chair and former Provost and former Interim President, Dr. Patricia Pierce Ramsey, who is with us this morning. Thank you all very, very much. I want to offer my personal thanks to Chancellor Corrett and to his predecessor, Chancellor Britt Kerwin, and to the entire Board of Regents for the University System of Maryland for their support of this project. Over the many years of advocating for it, there was never any doubt in my mind that I would be able to turn the page and continue to get them to understand how critically important this project was to the future of Bowie State University. I'm pleased that both the Chancellor and the Board of Regents Chair, Jim Brady, were able to join us today and would like to extend this opportunity for them to offer remarks at this time, starting with Chancellor Corrett.
I always like to start off these events, since I work with 12 campuses, to say I'm on my favorite campus today, Bowie State University. Now I also like to say that changes on an hour-to-hour and day-to-day basis, along with my favorite president, but this week, Bowie State University has been my favorite campus 3 times, so it's been an exciting week. So, pleased to be here with the governor and the elected representatives and all of you, the Bowie State University family and friends of Bowie State University. We're opening up a building today, but it's as much a symbol of the future for Bowie State as it is a building unto itself. As the president just outlined, it's a building that has been constructed, designed, and planned to take today's students and to give them the preparation they need for today's jobs. It's a very, very different world, and the workforce needs are very, very different and very, very complex. And you need a building of this type, the kind of building that has state-of-the-art laboratories, state-of-the-art simulators, spaces where students can gather and learn from each other as well as from the faculty themselves. And all of that is going to be possible in this building. And at the same time, it's LEED Gold certified, a building that is sustainable and part of our climate commitment to the state of Maryland and to the nation. So today we're looking forward to a campus that has been poised for growth for so many years and is growing dramatically. And we look forward to working with this campus and the future leaders to continue that growth in exciting ways for the region and for the state. But I also want to take just a moment to look back over the last 11 years, because this is really Mickey's sort of last formal effort here on the campus. And he's had a huge impact on this campus, and I'd like to say both secular and spiritual. On the secular side, all of the new buildings, the student facility, the fine arts facility, this building, have been dramatic in terms of changing the complexion, the character of the campus. But of equal importance is on the spiritual side, the academic quality of the campus, the academic quality of the faculty and of the students, as recognized by national rankings, is something we should also applaud. If it wasn't for the kind of leadership that President Burnham has provided, these kinds of things would not have happened, either the secular or the spiritual. It takes somebody with vision, somebody with a dream, somebody with tenacity, in a complex world like we have, where we're dealing with so many different issues, to move these kind of projects forward and to move a campus forward. So on behalf of the University System of Maryland, and on behalf of the students here at Bowie State University, and probably more importantly for the students of the future here at Bowie State University, Mickey, I want to thank you for the 11 years you provided us. I've known you for a lot longer than that. I've enjoyed working with you for several decades, and I wish you only the best going forward. But this is a capstone to all that you've dreamed for Bowie State University. Thanks for what you've done.
Well, good morning. The most eloquent thing I can say right now is, wow. What an incredible building this is, how impressive it is, and how it is transformational in terms not only of this campus, but of the whole Bowie State mission. It is really exciting. To those of you who don't know me, and there are probably more than a few, I'm Jim Brady, Chairman of the Board of Regents. And I come here on behalf of the University System Board of Regents to tell you how pleased we are with this event. You know, it's been interesting this morning talking to a number of people from the Bowie State community. And on a day like this, it is very easy to forget all that went into making this day happen. Today is a day of triumph. But if I am not mistaken, there probably were a few days of pain along the way in trying to see that all of this would happen. So to all of you, I just hope you put that pain beside you and just enjoy the wonder of today, which is really quite special. The Chancellor mentioned a whole bunch of people who deserve credit for this. He himself, former Chancellor Britt Kerwin, and members of the Board of Regents before my time even, who were part of this whole process. You all deserve a tremendous amount of credit. And there are elected officials who you've been introduced to so far, who played a huge part in making all of this happen. This is a team effort in the state of Maryland, and we thank President Miller, Speaker Bush, Senator Peters, and their colleagues from the General Assembly. And I would particularly like to mention Adrian Jones, the Speaker Pro Tem, who is one of the most passionate supporters of education and higher education in the General Assembly. And she did a tremendous job with all of this. You know, Bob mentioned the president and how much he's meant to all of this today and how much he's meant to Bowie State for these past 11 years. And all of that is true. This event is really an exclamation point in terms of his wonderful career here. And if I just might make a personal comment with respect to him, I had the privilege of being at the gala at the National Harbor a month or so ago, where Mickey was treated appropriately as someone who has done so much for this university. But what I would mention, and I mentioned this to Lavera earlier today, the thing I came away with from all of that, more than anything else, were the comments made by their son at that event. They were special because they were warm, they were sincere, and they were emotional. And as I was watching that, my reaction was, I don't think there's a man alive who wouldn't be proud of hearing a son talk about his father the way he did. It was really special. And when I mentioned this again to Lavera earlier today, she said, you know, he captured Mickey perfectly. Wow. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So Mickey, congratulations to all of you. And let me mention you're sitting next to the governor, who has done so much for this state, so much for higher education, and has been a passionate supporter of this project since its inception and since he's been governor. So Larry, thank you so much for all that you've done to make this happen. So congratulations to all of you in the audience. This is a day for Bowie State community. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for those kind remarks. A little over a month, I think, after he took office, Governor Larry Hogan announced that he was coming to Bowie State University. I was delighted, always delighted, to have the chief executive for the state to visit our campus, but this was an especially opportune time. And the significance of that decision was not lost on us. And so we were delighted to greet and to host Governor Hogan for a brief visit on the campus. Of course, as he stepped out of his limousine, we took him right to the Crawford Science Building because we wanted him to see where our science students were studying and where our faculty were engaging in their research activities and their advising activities for students. We wanted him to see firsthand that the university had long since outgrown that building and needed something that would be a statement for the university, for our presence in the 21st century, and our ability to prepare students for productive, meaningful contributions in our world today. And so when he emerged from that tour, Governor Hogan said, we see the need and we will support it. And he did so, and this building is a result of his support and the support of the General Assembly, and so it is with great pleasure that I now invite him to the podium to make remarks. Thank you, Governor. 'Cause
Well, thank you very, very much. It's wonderful to be back at Bowie State University this afternoon on this beautiful day. And President Burnham, thank you for that nice introduction and for this incredible accomplishment. It really is a testament to everything that he's accomplished here at the university. I want to, first of all, say congratulations on your upcoming retirement. We're terribly sorry to see you go, but we're incredibly proud of all of your many, many years of service to this university and to the state of Maryland. And I think it's entirely fitting that he's leaving at the end of the month, and he was able to accomplish this, as Chairman Brady said, as an exclamation point to his incredible career. And I just want to thank you personally for all of your passion and all your hard work, and we've given a lot of people credit, and a lot of people deserve to share the credit, but no one deserves more credit than President Burnham does, and thank you for making it happen. I actually was here at Bowie State before I became governor, during the campaign at the end of the election, and I was happy to come back a little less than a month after I became governor. I know that the chancellor said every day he's at another campus, and he says he's at his favorite campus. I can tell you that the very first of the campuses of all of our state universities that I visited was right here at Bowie State University. And I'm very happy to be back again with you today. And it was quite a tour, and you had a pretty passionate lobbyist in your president who immediately convinced me of the need and the vision. And we're just very happy to be here with all of you as we recognize this exciting achievement for Bowie State University and for the state of Maryland. And as the oldest historically black college in Maryland, our state is incredibly proud of Bowie State University, and we stand strongly behind your commitment to diversity, to providing a supportive academic environment, and to offering world-class educational opportunities. Year after year, the students who pass through Bowie State University go on to make remarkable contributions to society. And today, it gives me great pleasure to be here to be a part of the next important chapter for Bowie State as we open this beautiful state-of-the-art center for natural sciences, mathematics, and nursing. The top priority of our administration has always been and will always be education. We have recently committed $132 million towards this university, and we were proud to deliver $102 million to support this important project that we're celebrating today. And we're committed to ensuring that our schools and universities pave a clear pathway to careers and produce students who have both the skills and the opportunities that they need to be prepared for the careers of the future. Maryland is proud to be home to one of the most highly educated workforces in America. Our state is the 5th most innovative state in America. We're the 3rd in the nation for research and development intensity, 2nd among all 50 states for concentration of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics employment, and 4th in the nation in the number of science and engineering degree holders. We have the highest concentration of PhD scientists and engineers in America. We're 3rd in the nation in the percentage of the population with a bachelor's degree or higher, and 2nd in the nation in the percentage with a graduate or professional degree. With the addition of this incredible center for natural sciences, mathematics, and nursing, Bowie State is helping to ensure that Maryland continues to be a nationwide leader in STEM. This center will empower Bowie State students and transform the way that they learn and how they do research with its cutting-edge classrooms, state-of-the-art nursing simulation wing, innovation labs, and fully integrated greenhouse. This center will provide hands-on instruction like never before and will help position Bowie State University as an epicenter for problem solving and breakthroughs in the critical fields of science, technology, engineering, and math. Congratulations to the entire extended Bowie State University family and to every single person that's been involved in this project and making it become a reality. Today's ribbon cutting is just another example, another shining example that this university is and will continue to be a state, national, and global leader. Your success truly is Maryland's success. And at this time, I'd like to ask President Burnham to come forward so that I can present him with an official governor's citation just to thank him for his many years of service to the university.
Thank you, Chancellor Corrett, Regent Brady, and Governor Hogan for those remarks. Doug Peters is the Senate Majority Leader and represents Bowie State University in the Maryland General Assembly. And lucky for us, as Dr. Burnham said, he sits on the Budget and Tax Committee. Senator Peters will now come and share a few words.
Morning, everybody. And as we continue to speak, the sun continues to come this way, and I can see my good friend Delegate Carolyn Howard getting hotter and hotter, and now Joanne Benson's getting hotter and hotter, so I better be quick, right? Well, I'm going to break protocol here for a minute, and I'm going to ask those elected officials that are here to come up here and join me on the stage, because this is not about me today. This is about all of us who voted, so come on up. Adrian, Vic, come on up. I thought I saw Jolene here. Did she come through? Okay. Todd, come on up. Todd, come on up. This is a team effort. And I saw Eloise in the parking lot, who did the budget for 8 years, and a friend David Brinkley, who also put a lot of these projects in the budget. But this is all about Bowie State being competitive. That's what this is about. 11 years ago, Dr. Burnham and I met, and he says, I got to be competitive. I really do. I need to build more student housing because I'm losing kids to other schools. And when it comes down to they're going to come here or not, it's going to be facilities. Facilities is a huge reason why kids go to other schools. They love the new facilities. And I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a magnet for Bowie State University and for the state of Maryland. So Dr. Burnham, thank you for your vision for 11 years. It's a little bittersweet because you're leaving. But many of you may not know Dr. Burnham. He lives in this community. He bought a house in this community. He worships in this community. He's a man of this community. He's going to stay here after he retires. At least he promised us that. We'll find some boards or things to put him on. But really, without his vision, I really don't think he would be here, because what happens is there's a whole lot of other schools that are competing for dollars. It's a discretionary dollars up in Annapolis. And you have to come to hearing after hearing, and you have to continue to prove why you should get that money. And then we have to make a decision. Are we going to give it to College X, the community colleges? Where are we going to give that money? And after 11 years, he's been able to bring in $220 million of capital projects for Bowie State University. Let me also say that I served on the foundation board. I see my good friend Tim Adams is here. There are others here from the foundation board. If you could raise your hand, and the board of visitors. Thank you for coming here week in and week out, raising money, helping to make this not just a state-funded project, but also private funds coming in. And thank you to all the staff and who have come here and taught our young people. We really appreciate what you do, and we want to continue to support you. So on behalf of the Maryland General Assembly and all this team that's assembled here, it's a little bittersweet for us because Delegate Proctor's not here with us. He was a man of Bowie State University, but he's here in spirit. And Dr. Burnham, what a way to go out. Congratulations.
Thank you, Senator Peters. Mr. Paul Harney is the lead architect from the firm Perkins and Will, and he's going to share a little bit about what makes this new building so special. Mr. Harney?
Well, thank you for joining us here on this beautiful day. And sorry we didn't get the sun angles exactly right for 11 o'clock in the morning on June 9th, but we'll do better the next time. But thank you, President Burnham, Governor Hogan, other distinguished guests, for the opportunity to speak on behalf of the team of dedicated and very talented individuals who designed and constructed this important new building for the state of Maryland. As the project architect, I'd like to start with a bit of personal perspective. I've dedicated my entire career to buildings for science and technology, particularly for colleges and universities. Along the way, I've had the privilege of collaborating on the design of teaching and research buildings at great institutions all across the country, many of which went on to support transformational discoveries in everything from molecular biology to astrophysics, and whose researchers, including the occasional Nobel laureate, were and are pioneers in their fields. But amongst all these great experiences, I am most proud of this building, the Center for Natural Sciences, Mathematics, and Nursing at Bowie State University, because it may well be the most impactful building I personally have ever been associated with. This new center has extraordinary promise to attract young students to STEM and nursing fields who might not have otherwise considered such a career, to allow Bowie State's faculty to deliver learning experiences that were just not possible before, and to provide modern and well-equipped facilities for advancing research and training programs in science and nursing that, until now, have been constrained by aging infrastructure. The impact of this building and its transformational possibilities for the university are the direct result of courageous choices on the part of the university and the state of Maryland. It would have been easy to design a traditional building where solid walls keep what's happening in classrooms and labs hidden. But the university instead chose transparency and the willingness to make the sometimes difficult cultural shifts that will benefit from the high degree of visibility throughout the building, truly putting science on display. It would have been easy to just meet the minimum requirements for energy efficiency and sustainability. Instead, the university laid out bold goals for the design team, and we're willing to make a commitment to multiple innovative technologies that will make this one of the most energy efficient buildings in the state's portfolio. It would have been easy to stick with traditional lecture style classrooms, but the university challenged the design team and themselves to make this building a living laboratory for interactive learning principles, where students will engage in experiential learning that will better prepare them to be nimble and adaptable in a world where careers will be constantly changing. However, while we stand in this new building that so optimistically expresses its mission for the best in STEM education and research, recent policy decisions at the national level have threatened the value of science in our society and America's world leadership in research, innovation, and defense of the environment. But with the help of this facility, new generations of students will be inspired to become great scientists, engineers, mathematicians, and caregivers. And they will see to it that enlightened thought, shaped by reason and evidence, remains at the root of our prosperity as a country and our integrity as a member of the world community. The beacon feature of this building right here, its shape reminiscent of the torch that is the university's official symbol of enlightenment, is a reminder of that mission. In closing, I would like to thank my many talented colleagues at Perkins and Will who did the heavy lifting to design this building, the many engineers and specialty consultants without whose expertise none of this could have happened, Clark Construction, who together with their many subcontractors brought our design to tangible reality, the project management staff at Bowie State University and the University of Maryland, who placed enormous trust in us to be good stewards of their values, goals, and budget, the faculty here at Bowie State, whose ideas and counsel were vital to the design, and finally, the state of Maryland and Governor Hogan for its continued and wise investment in higher education. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Harney. I wanted to acknowledge the Senior Vice President for Clark Construction is with us today, Mr. Jay Grauberger. Thank you for being here. As you've heard, this new academic building promises to enhance the teaching and research environment at the university in extraordinary ways. Dean Aqua is the Dean for the College of Arts and Sciences, and he's going to share with you about the significance of this building to our faculty and our students.
Well, good morning. Surely been a long time coming, but we are mighty glad that change has finally come, and we are so excited. But they say that, it's not the clothes that make a man, it's a man in the clothes. So I'm going to take a few minutes just to brag about some of the things that we have been doing and are going to continue to do in this wonderful facility after we have transited from the ghetto to Beverly Hills. Teaching is paramount here at Bowie State. And so during the design process, we engaged the architect to ensure that this facility will significantly augment faculty capacity to instruct our students. So as you take a tour of the facilities, you will see how some of the buildings have been designed for the latest in teaching. Research has proven that when you have collaborative learning, students are able to perform well. So I'm going to just leave you to just walk through the building. A lot has been said in that area, so I'm mindful of you being the sun. So I'm going to give you an abridged version of my bragging. Even though we are a teaching institution, we do outstanding research. So I'm going to just highlight one research in each of the 4 departments that are under my purview. In the math department, for example, if you can believe that computers can get any faster, we have the team of Chow Bin Lu and Nelson Petulante who are working in the area of quantum physics. And their research is on quantum walks. And what they are doing is contributing to knowledge that is going to create the next generation of computers, quantum computing. In natural sciences, I'll highlight a few of them as well. We have the Biomedical Research Group. We don't want to spread ourselves thinly. We want to group in areas where we can be excellent at, rather than spread ourselves thinly. So we have research groups. And one group is the Biomedical Research Group led by Bradford Braden. And this group has participants from all over the world, including from Maryland, NIH, Raul Cachal in the National Cancer Institute, as well as from the Maryland Biotech Corridor, like MedImmune. They are all involved in doing outstanding biomedical research. And their area is in the area called proteomics and bioinformatics. So their goal is to try to elucidate the molecular structure as well as the function of proteins with biomedical implications, drug discovery, and so forth. And they've published over 30 papers, including some in the National Academy of Sciences. If you are a scientist and your research is featured on the cover of a journal, you know you have arrived. Their research has been featured on the cover of 3 international journals. They have 3 patents in that lab as well. In the chemistry area, we have 2 dynamic faculty members, Alan Anderson and Eric Bonsu. And their goal is to design small molecules that can be tested. They have chemotherapeutic values. So again, they are also interested in developing drugs. And they design these molecules artificially, so they can really synthesize DNA in their labs. So they design these molecules and test them for their ability to be used for drug design. Anderson is also interested in the area of what they call layered polymers. And he's trying to find how efficient, how energy efficient he can make them in terms of designing new devices that use those kinds of molecular properties. Eric Bonsu particularly is so bent upon finding a cure for malaria. And so he calls it intelligent drug design. And what he's doing and what his future hope for is for us to be able to establish a center of excellence in drug discovery here at Bowie State. And we are on track to doing just that. But I mean, yeah. But I mean, Eric Bonso also has a very special distinction. His lab is the only lab that I know of, and I think Bowie State knows of, that has received a Fulbright scholar for a whole year to conduct, from overseas, to conduct research in that facility as well. And then finally, I will just mention about what is happening in the plant sciences area. And in the plant sciences area, we are very pleased to brag about our very own USM Elkins Professor. I mean, if you receive the Elkins Professor, you know that you have arrived. And we have recently just been awarded, I think this is the only two that we have so far at Bowie State. And recently, George Ude was awarded that prestigious honor. And Ude's lab, I'm also very pleased. I saved the best for last because I work in that lab. I'm very pleased to brag about this particular person and the team that is working in his lab. Their area is also in biotechnology and genomics. And I'm very proud that last semester I was selected from the lab to chair one of the sessions at the World Gene Congress in Shanghai, China. So you know we do quality work in that lab. We also collaborate with that very extraordinary group in New York, a very special government group. The group works with Bowie State along with our partner in Nigeria. And we are trying to establish, for the very first time, the only DNA learning center in the sub-Saharan Africa. So Cold Spring Harbor. Cold Spring Harbor is partnering with Bowie State to do this extraordinary work. Our students go to Cold Spring Harbor, then they also take some time off to do research in Nigeria. But you say, all the way down in Nigeria, what about back home? Governor Hogan, you'll be pleased to know that we organize a summer biotech institute where we train high school science teachers and also high school science students. We have trained over 200 of these people, and they are doing extraordinarily well. In fact, I was tickled to death when one parent called me about 5 weeks ago. His son from our program has been awarded full scholarship to medical school at Yale and at Johns Hopkins. So my task was to tell them which of the institutions the child should go to. And I said to myself, this is a classic case of eeny, meeny, miny, moe. You can't go wrong with Yale or Johns Hopkins. But I did my very best, and I gave them an academic version of what I thought will be. And I made sure that I sprinkled a good dose of Maryland bias, so you know where he went to. So thank you so much for everything.
I think I was mistaken when I said no one could be more excited than the president. Thank you, Dean Aqua. I was told Delegate Angela Angel had joined us. I don't know if she's here. Oh, you are. Good to see you come up. We've come to the end of this part of the program. I wanted to also recognize, before we close out, the old science building we've been talking about is named for George Crawford, and members of the Crawford family are here. Some great nieces, great nephews. If you could just wave or stand, the Crawford family members, thank you all for being here. So after we cut the ribbon and officially open the building, you are invited inside for a reception inside the Beacon, which is here to your immediate left as you enter the building. Tours will begin in about 10 minutes and occur every 10 minutes. And you'll find faculty and students in many of the areas eager to talk with you about their spaces, their new spaces. Or you're free to wander the building and explore the spaces on your own after you've had a chance to enjoy some refreshments. So now I will ask President Burnham, Governor Hogan, Mr. Harney, Dean Aqua, Senator Peters, Chairman Brady, Chancellor Corrett, Delegate Jones, Senator Benson, Delegate Fennell. I know I am in trouble. Mr. Grauberger, Dr. Brockenbrow, Mr. Provost,
All right, we're gonna do a count. 3, 2, 1.
Just the physical presence of the facility, I think, makes a huge difference on the campus in its appearance. It was already a beautiful, attractive campus, and this architectural marvel, I think, really enhances the physical beauty of the campus. On another level, though, it really represents opportunity for students and for faculty. Our core mission is teaching and learning, and this new facility will enhance student learning and faculty teaching and the learning process through the interaction of students with faculty in the laboratories in a way that really moves forward the STEM disciplines on the campus of Bowie State University. Science, technology, engineering, and math are really critical areas in today's world, and this provides a first-class facility for students and faculty, but also it is an external symbol and representation of what is happening at Bowie State University. This building helps say this university is one that is on the ball, that is doing wonderful things for its students, and is a place for serious students and faculty ought to be.
We are here with the architect, Mr. Paul Harney. Mr. Harney, what was the inspiration for such an amazing building?
Well, we tried to accomplish a few things. One of them was to make one of the most sustainable buildings, both in terms of its energy efficiency, but also its place in the environment that exists on this campus, or for that matter, much of anywhere in the state of Maryland. But the other was to give an environment for the students to achieve their very, very best, and to get inspired about going into science, technology, engineering, and math by what they see around them. That's one reason why we made the building so transparent. And to choose those kind of career paths and not only get excited about it, but engage in those studies and become the most effective learners of those studies possible, to prepare them for a 21st century world where science, technology, and engineering and nursing are going to be very, very highly sought after skills.
I'm here with Sharon Wilkes, MSN, one of the faculty from the nursing department, and we are going to have a tour of the laboratory. Sharon Wilkes?
Thank you very much. So this is one of the multi-purpose classrooms, and we can do the didactic, which is the theory, as well as we can do clinical demonstrations in here. For the clinical piece, as we're teaching the didactic, we can actually bring some tables in here, and we can use mannequins and hook them up to the oxygen, the tracheal suctioning port, and the GI suctioning port. And we can demonstrate to the students and have them come and demonstrate what they have learned from the theory portion. Also, over here, we believe in a teacher-centered atmosphere. We believe in a learner-centered atmosphere. So you can see that we have areas, pods of where the students sit. Instead of having classroom-style seating, we have areas where the students can interact. Now, this room we can teach 25 to 50 students in this room, 25 here and 25 over there. The divider serves as a whiteboard, so we can also give instruction on the whiteboard, and students can also give their examples on the whiteboard. We also have a projector which can descend from the ceiling here, and the projector is there. The screen descends and the projector is here, and so it facilitates instruction of the students.
Now, to continue the tour, we've now moved on to the Nursing Skills Lab with Mrs. Whitehead. Mrs. Whitehead, can you please tell us a little bit about this facility?
Yes. So this is our Nursing Skills Lab, essentially where we teach our first and second year students for fundamentals. We have 12 Bay areas here within the Nursing Skills Lab, which you see here. We have a station set up here with the mannequin in place. The students are essentially able to have hands-on experiences with the mannequin to help provide them the information they need for skills training. We're also able to take the mannequins and the bed out to the other multi-purpose rooms so they can have an in-classroom experience as well. We have drop-down screens located at the front and also at the back so they can have visual audio teaching as well. We're able to hold up to 24 students in place with 2 students at each Bay area. And overall, we're just extremely excited for the great things that are coming about for the Nursing Skills Lab, and not only for the Skills Lab, but for the nursing department as a whole.
So, India Shelton, as a communications major and a senior, how does it feel to watch this amazing facility be built from the ground up?
Well, first of all, living in CMRC, being right outside of the booms and the bangs, it's amazing that it's finally finished, that you don't have to wake up to this every day, but it's beautiful, like the colors. I love yellow. You're wearing my favorite color. Yellow is the color of happiness, optimism, joy. So it's beautiful. It makes me feel good to be in here. I came in here with all one color because it's like one color everywhere. Every hallway you go, it's orange. Every hallway you go, it's yellow. It's beautiful. It brings joy to me. Like, it's so beautiful. I can't stop saying it. It's beautiful. Oh my God, it's beautiful.
So, Kyle, how does it feel to be here at the ribbon cutting ceremony of the Center for Natural Sciences, Mathematics, and Nursing?
It actually feels good, especially to be here part of change. You know, Bowie has a lot of changes they've did without the years, and I feel like this was one of its biggest accomplishments, especially, you know, seeing it from being built from the ground up and now coming inside and seeing the beautiful things that they have here. It's really amazing.
This is a great building. It's innovative, a lot of technology. So I expect the teaching to be more engaging, for the learning to be enhanced, and also we will increase important data like persistence, retention, and graduation rate. But this is really a student-centered building, and it's really all about the students.
You can see it's one of the most beautiful buildings in the state of Maryland. And, you know, when kids come out and do orientations and are deciding between this college or that college, the facilities do have a lot to do with it. And they're going to see that Bowie State is not just a collection of buildings, but it's a campus and it's vibrant. And I think it's going to really help attract and retain a lot of the students here.
Well, I think, first of all, I'd say this is an amazing facility, and it's very attractive for students. I mean, I think this is a place where students can feel extremely comfortable, which I think is very important. But I would also tell you, this is an exciting day for faculty. To have something like this to be able to use in transforming students' lives, I think is really special.
Well, representing the system, which is an 11-campus system, we really believe that Bowie is poised for growth. It's in a perfect location. It's got great transportation. It's a beautiful campus. We've been building new buildings like this one. And we just think that, not only are we going to expand in size, but we're going to have the right program so that students can get the right kind of degree and go out and get a job and be a very happy citizen here in the state of Maryland. So this is a great day. This building has been a long time coming. We're very excited about it.
I am so delighted and excited to be here as a graduate of Bowie State University, to see the growth, to see the change, and to witness the opening of this spectacular building. It's going to be a tremendous asset, not only for our students, but for our parents and for the teachers. It's a wonderful, wonderful facility, and I'm just very excited to be a part of it. I was very instrumental in helping to get the funding for the construction of this building, and so it really makes me proud to be here this morning to see the fruit of my labor. We all have worked together to make this happen. This is a beautiful campus, and this Bowie State University deserves this beautiful building.
And this is an exciting point in our history where we are opening a multi-million-dollar science facility. that's going to meet the needs of these students in the 21st century. It's just a glorious day.
Dr. Ramsey, you played a pivotal role in the creation of this amazing building. How does it feel to see the fruits of your labor here today?
Oh, it's just so exciting. Even though I'm no longer at Bowie, I had to come back for this. So exciting. And I was with this project from the inception, from the selection of the architects to the selection of the wall coverings. And so when I left last year, it was bittersweet, but it was an opportunity for me to move to a provost level position.
Well, first off, I really want to thank all those who have been engaged and involved in making this happen. You know, as I was talking a little earlier, you know, we often talk about what it takes to be successful. And in this case, we knew it not only took the state and the legislators, but it needed the leadership from the university. And that leadership is not just with Dr. Burnham, but with the rest of the faculty, the staff. And one of the most important factors in all this are the students. If it were not for the students and the quality of the students, there would be no need for this facility. And so I'm just excited and very proud of Bowie State University as a whole. And most importantly, about the students of Bowie State and what they will be achieving, continuing to move forward.
We're here at the ribbon-cutting ceremony for the Center of Natural Sciences, Mathematics, and Nursing with the Crawford family. And what do you think that Dr. Crawford would say about this state-of-the-art facility today if he were here right now?
He would be excited about it because it's an opportunity for a next generation to learn.
Thank you so much.